why does saying my fault and taking that accountability begin to set someone down the path of making more money?
And so if we think about success in terms of layers, like foundations, right? The base level, like when you're digging the building where you put the hole and you pour the concrete in, the base of the entire thing is who is in power? Who is source? Because if it's anything but you in that base layer, all of the other things on top of them will topple down. It's a foundation of sand otherwise. You can't build on top of blaming other people. There's nothing that stands on it. You see, like, I want to learn sales, but I can't learn sales because I didn't get hugged enough as a kid, and so I don't like people. And so as long as you keep holding on to that, you have sand as your foundation. But if you want to learn how to sell, or you want to learn how to market, or you want to learn how to do whatever, until you say, well, it's my fault that I don't know it, and because of that, it's within my power to change it.
So it's not sales books, it's not reading offers, it's not even your books.
At the very beginning, you have to accept that, which is the first two words, my fault, my responsibility, all me, I am source. And then once you can accept that one thing, and what's crazy is that one foundation is where 90% of people literally aren't. They're not there. They can't do it. The reason my girlfriend left me is because of this, not me. The reason I lost my job is because my employer was a dick. My boss sucked. Whatever, the economy. But it never serves you. Like, give me one instance, one example. This is to anyone who's listening to this. One example of when you blamed something else and it made you better. One. You can't find it because it's fundamentally not true.
It's an interesting sort of life lesson. The idea of, like, what do you find easy that other people find difficult? Go for that. Do that for a living. There's going to be money there. There's going to be some gold. You're going to be okay. If you find it easy and everyone else is going, that's impossible. So you're standing up in front of people being funny, I find very easy. Like, these kind of conversations, you slightly second guess yourself.
It's what you're used to, I think. It's what you spend a lot of time becoming acclimatized to doing.
Yeah, I suppose. It's just that thing of, I've always said in comedy, people sort of talk about how many years they've been doing comedy and it seems faintly ridiculous. It's like when you talk to an airline pilot, they've got a really good view on it. They talk about how many hours they've got in the sky. And for me, like, there's no substitute for stage time. And I'm sure for you, there's no substitute for this, for actually doing it. Everything else is kind of, it doesn't matter how many years you've had a podcast. I think something about the frequency of your show as well. Mm-hmm. It's always there. There's always something new.
You talk about the most important question to ask yourself being, what do you want?
Yeah, I mean, I talk about that an awful lot. I studied a lot of, studied and was very interested in sort of NLP. And that question of what do you want in the micro, in the macro, being the absolute key in sort of life.